Okay, welcome to video 2. I traced out a quick plan, went online, found a plan that would work, and traced it. So now we have kind of a loose amalgamation of what we're going to do here. So first off, this has nothing to do with the plan. I don't like Chief Architect font. I know that sounds petty. I just don't like it. I don't like that handwritten look. Chief Blueprint. So what you just saw me do was I went to text styles, I highlighted them all, edit, and now this is the default. I like stuff to be clear. I've had many sets of plans get wet and rained on, so Arial's a good one. San Francisco text. I made it a system file, and Renee Rabbit suggested putting a period in front of it so that it's at the top of your list, so it's easy to find. I really like this font. I like most of my fonts, my text to be capitalized. I'm not going to change the scale because all these have different scales, so I'm just going to leave those alone. And I'm going to make all the text be the chief default, and then I'm going to change this to 15 so that it's darker. All the text in my plan is going to be that cool color right there. There's what it's going to look like. Super clean. And then, of course, rich text. It's going to be the same chief default. Right here, it's usually defaulting to chief, so pick that. And this color, we're going to do the same thing. Oh, and this time, when you make this color this size, when you make it like custom, add it to custom. So now it's right there. And what else are we doing? Sometimes it's good to have a fill when your text is on top of things and you need to see the text. But we'll do that later as we run into it. Text. Let's go see what text does. We'll grab all these, edit these. Text style. No change. Yeah, so that's looking good. Arrows. So the arrow that I kind of like is the minimalist right here. And it can be black. Okay, so now what I want to show you is, let's just put some room names in real quick just to kind of show you, and then we'll go to do the doors and windows and stuff. Let's see, start here, go to rich text, click in here. So it's defaulting to San Francisco text. Here's what you could play with macros. Macros are so cool. Room information. So I want to know the room name, and I'm going to center it, and it's set 6 inches, so that's pretty big, and I'll go ahead and bold it. And then underneath that, I'm going to make this 4.5. So the way the numbering works, if you're in 1/4 inch scale and you export at 6 inches, your text will be 1/8. 4.5 inches will export 3/32. So I want to have the room name. Now, some people like to see the room dimensions. So there's that. And then something I've found useful is, if you look here, there's standard room area. That's how the permit office will take the area of your house from the outside walls. And so they gain a few extra square feet because they include the thickness of the wall on the outside. And I know that's not fair because you can't live in your wall, but that's how they do it. And that's what standard room area is. If you do internal room, that's like inside framing to inside framing. And I like to use internal area sometimes because if I'm in a room where I need to know the area so that I can order tile or hardwood or whatever, that's kind of a useful number. So I'll put that there too. And then I highlight everything and make it all caps and hit OK. And there's that. I'll put that right there. So right now the garage is 24.6 by 25.8 and it's 625 square feet, or 629 I mean. So Control C, copy, and then I'm going to paste and paste. And I've already labeled all these rooms, and the way you label a room is you double click it, you come up here and you pick what you want it to say, and then I just uncheck the room label. But anyways, go around and label everything. Now, I don't even know what layer this is on. I mean, this text could be on some crazy layer. Who knows? And closets, I don't really need the size of the closet. So, let's see, what was I going to do there? Yeah, I was going to open up the text and get rid of that, but keep the area and do that. Copy, paste, and let's go copy, paste. And this is going to be stairwell. This has, yeah, so this will be, I don't think it has a stairwell. We're going to call it closet, but I'm going to name it stairway, not show it. Okay. And then grab this, copy, paste. So while that's highlighted, look down here and it'll tell you that this is text, just plain old text. So, oh yeah, we missed a room down here. We get everything? Yeah, we did. Okay. These little dash lines, those are invisible walls. Those are room divider, whatever they call them. So that's how you can get a kitchen here and a dining room there. And a lot of times when you go to print your plan, if you don't need to see it, you can turn it off. And voila, they're gone. But for this instance, I want to keep them on. Well, they're not showing now, of course. Yeah, come down here to wall. So a real fast way, instead of scrolling, you just type in WALL, and every place the word wall shows up, you can just find it real quick. It's kind of handy to have it on right now. I'm trying to get rid of that. Okay. Oh, and we missed that one right there. All right, so right now we're on the working plan view. And this is everything here. And so what I would do now is turn on that layer, sure. In fact, it's got other dimensions that I believe I had on there before. So I'm going to clean this off because all I did was hide that. So I'm going to delete objects. Dimensions automatic, dimensions manual, delete. Then when I come back and I actually tell it to auto dimension, it's a lot cleaner. So now we can go around and see if these are realistic sizes of things. By that I mean, here, I'll show you one right here. We'll just drag through here. So inside a closet, once it's sheetrocked, you want 2 feet typically, and this says not enough. So you go 25. So now it's 2'1" framing, and then when you add the sheetrock backs, it becomes 2 feet. And same thing here. We're going to want this. I wonder if this, how big this room is. Might seem kind of tight. Let's go this way, 25. And this. See, now that didn't, see how the temporary dimensions, they always go weird. I always like to pull a dimension like that. 61. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's a toilet in here, so I'm going to go like this. Yeah, 36 would be good, so we'll make this 37. So we're going to take our time and make this all correct. This must be the master closet. Let's call it that. Or actually, you know what? Let's call it WIC. And if you keep an eye over here, when I hit this, watch what happens. Wow, isn't that awesome? So you can custom label things. And I like these room labels better than Chief's. They just stand out and they're clear and they're easy to read. And now you know, like in the entryway, it's 58 square feet of material. So add 10 or 15% and then order your stuff and it should match up. Now once it's all dimensioned, you can also, there's a material list. I think it's right here. I haven't set it up to do anything yet, but I'm pretty sure I could. Let me think about this for a minute. I've done this. I know I've done this. I've used this. I just don't remember. But it'll read all the material. You know, like how many square feet of sheetrock, how many studs at whatever length. That's very useful. Oh, you look what I see here. I see that wall not lining up with that wall, so we can always make the garage a little bigger because it's cheap square footage. And then you just run some dimensions through here and kind of see what works. Do hallways work? Does the stairs work? So there's another one. We'll pull one right through there. Excuse me. Pantry. How are these rooms? So now that we've got this, I'm going to use this hider tool and hide the text because I need to have it a little clearer to read. So see how this dimension, it's here twice, and you didn't want that? You can come here and grab this diamond and just pull it off and let it go. And let's say you wanted it to dimension to over the wall. You just move that, the one that's connected right to the end of the arrow. What I want to know is why the arrows aren't dimensioning the way I wanted. I don't understand. So we're going to go find out. Arrow, why didn't it? And it's the wrong color too. That's really weird. You know, where did that arrow go? So that one. And black. Okay. See, they worked on the auto exterior, but they didn't work on the interior, so that was different. All right, so this hallway, we can make this 49 so that when it's finished, it's exactly a 4-foot hallway. I don't know what's going on in here. Well, I kind of do know. Here, I'll show you. You can go online. Now, this is just for training, okay? We're not going to like build this. We're not going to steal any money from anybody. But I want to show you, you can take a screenshot of this. Where's my CAD here? You can take a screenshot of any plan, because sometimes homeowners need an idea. And there you go. You get a layout that you like from somewhere, take a screenshot, and then go there, trace it all out, then come back and start moving stuff. So now, I have no problem with online plan people, but they typically don't do the engineering, and they also don't do the county requirements for like energy. It's like in Washington State, it seems like each district has their own interpretation of the Washington State Energy Code, specific to their region. So you think you're getting a deal when you go, hey, I can get the plans, and they're only like $1,600 for the CAD files. That doesn't save me anything. If you were to hire me, having the CAD file is going to be AutoCAD. And so that's not even 3D. At least here, I traced this out pretty quickly. And then I have a model already ready to go. And I don't have to, I know how to trace these to where, it's pretty good. And then you say, hey, you know what? We'd like this whole part of the house right here to be bigger. So we would stretch everything out. You just grab it all, stretch it over, and we just custom make it to what you want. And that's one option. Another option is just to sketch out what you think and always think about certain flow. Typically, you come out of the garage with your groceries. And in this one, it's pretty good because you're going to come through the door, and there's a little entryway where they've got bench seating and lockers. And if you had dirty kids from soccer or football, they could immediately come in, drop their dirty bag, clothes off here. You could take your groceries, take your dry goods and go straight into your pantry, or hang a left and bring them into the kitchen and store them or whatever. And most good Americans also have a fridge and a freezer in the garage. It's kind of a thing. But there you go. So I think that's about enough for this video.